Good morning, Patreon guys. We're going to look at the dollar Swiss just to start off with because we're at an important level. We've got MS3. Okay, so we are breaking MS3, so that's kind of unusual. 9448, and they have gone really long. See that black line, and so we want to be keep an eye on the dumb herd, and they really did go long, and they've added long, and they've added long, and they added long, and then they added long a little bit more as well. So do keep an eye on 9448, and the SLC below is at 9350. The one above is at 9490. It's kind of unusual to exceed MS3, and it's kind of unusual to exceed MR3. So do be careful. We might be a little bit overdone, but they have gone long, and so they are getting punished. So that's the dollar Swiss. So let's look at the dollar yen because we're just close to it there. So the level of interest is 139.66, which I keep saying to you guys, keep an eye on that level. MS2, we could potentially see a similar scenario to the dollar Swiss where we come to MS3. So at 135.79. Because we're below that, we can target that. If we're above this, we can target this. Okay, so we just keep it nice and simple, keep it like quite binary and linear, and there you target. So potentially we could come down there because we might see a bit of yen strength potentially where we come down. The SLC is at 137.65, 141 on the dot. Yeah, 141 on the dot. So keep an eye on that level. It's easy to remember, 139.66, and we are currently it's currently a buy at the static, but we could flip over to sell. It could go either way, so that's why we want to be looking at technicals, and that's why that's going to be quite important. Aussie, and don't forget we've got CPI data from Canada, so if you're trading CAD, be careful. 68, and the spooky number. There's a huge liquidity pool here at the spooky number. It's quite large, and we are a buy, so we probably can come up to the SLC, see how they shorted it. And we've got the cross of the 21 moving average there as well. That was the buy setup, so quite naughty, but this is the CPI move, and you can argue at a break, a technical break there, and there's the buy. So we had the crossover, the 21 moving average, and the ratio line. So we can come up to this, but we might just teeter a little bit. And remember to keep an eye on 67.49. That's MR2, and MR3 is all the way up there. And it's possible. It's quite possible. We are seeing the dollar Swiss exceed monthly support 3. And if the dollar Swiss can do it, then maybe the Aussie can do it. Okay, so quite crazy moves. We have to be careful. Let's look at the euro and look at the pound. And the euro, 104.63, and one below is at 102.60, and they have shorted it. They sold it down here, and they carried on. They held short since. And there's your monthly pivot. So remember, that's your technical bias, that you buy above monthly pivot or you sell below. So this would have been a little bit naughty. You might have got caught out there, but good risk management, you could have got out and then reversed, and then you've done really well. So that's like the litmus test as your monthly pivot. And there's lots of people trapped short because of their poor risk management. So we have to be really careful, know where your exit is, know your lot size, and try and get the monthly pivots on your screen and the ratios as well, because they're really powerful. And you see the confluence there where, we were above monthly pivot, and just prior we had the cross with the buy indication there because they shorted it. So you wait for price to go above monthly pivot and then you buy 99.01-ish. We've done quite well. And then lastly, we'll look at the pound, and our PM was talking about, he was quite bullish the UK economy, saying how we'd actually, we'd actually bottomed out, and the UK economy had taken quite a knock, and it's looking like he's in charge of the economics, which is a good thing because we needed like a strong leader. We didn't have one before, and we might go and get both stop loss clusters. So 119.10 and one below is at 118.24. These are H4 candles, and we're making a doji, so it's currently undecided. We are a buy, and the smart traders are buying. So remember to keep an eye on the profit ratio, and you trigger the buy and sell, and that tells us what the smart retail traders are doing, and they're making money on their longs. So we can probably come up to get the stop loss cluster above, and potential scenario is that we might get both because they're quite close. So hopefully it helps. And it's my birthday today, so in case you didn't know, and so I'm going to be monitoring and taking it easy. I will be watching that dollar yen because it is of interest, and ideally we'd want it to fall, I think, for risk, generally speaking. So have a good day, and I'll speak to you guys soon.